Okay, so is that better, Sarah? You can hear me now, guys? I'm sorry. Let's just start over. Welcome to a Facebook Live with Inky in Idaho, who can't hear, so I didn't know there was no volume. All right, so let's just start over then with what I just said to you. I was talking about the exciting things that happen in March at Fun Stampers Journey. So the first thing is we have a select group of products that are on sale for 25% off. So this flyer is on my blog, and you will be able to see all of the things that are 25% off this month. So the promotion is called Over the Rainbow. So everything that's on sale is colorful or stars or hearts or clouds. Thanks you guys for letting me know that you couldn't hear me. I appreciate all those hearts and thumbs up. So it's stars, clouds, hearts, colorful things, super colorful things, rainbowy things. So all of these are on sale for 25% off this month. So with the promotion, if you spend $200, you have the opportunity to get one of these star bags absolutely free. And these are while supplies last. So what I was saying is get your order in early so that you can get one before they're gone. So I have one here to show you. It has a short handle on it, and then it's a denim bag that has this bright sequin star on it, and then it has the longer handle, so it can go really, really long. And see how big it is? It's like half of my whole body right here. So this is a huge bag. It's made out of denim. It's lined. It has the Fun Stampers Journey logo on it and this beautiful star that is all sequiny and pretty. So if you're going to place an order, you might as well get something free, right? So make sure that you do it early in the month because those are while supplies last. And with as cute as this is, you know it's probably not going to last. The other thing about the month of March is we have a promotion going on if you're thinking about signing up to be a part of Fun Stampers Journey. Now, remember that joining Fun Stampers Journey and my team means that you don't have to go out and schlep your stuff to people's houses and do parties and classes. There's absolutely no requirement for you whatsoever. All you have to do is just enjoy $150 in a quarter and you stay active. So the minimum is just $150 a quarter. So keep that in mind. This month, if you choose to sign up, you get a little rainbow, over the rainbow bonus package. And so you get, let me see if I read it on here. You get a ribbon, accessories, a paint, a re-inker, a liquid color, blender pen, all bundled in a little zipper media bag for you. So everything that's one of something that's every color in the rainbow. Plus, you get this cardstock sampler. And that's one of every cardstock that Fun Stampers Journey has. And so that's an exclusive deal. Those are not going to be available for sale or later on any publication or anything. So that's an exclusive to get that card swatch sampler. So anyway, those are the things that are going on with Fun Stampers Journey in March. Now, here in Idaho, I'm in Boise, we are getting ready for our 5th annual Inky in Idaho on the Road. So what is that? It's the largest stamp camp in the state of Idaho. We put it on well. So it's a 2-day event. It's an evening and then an all-day. Registration starts tomorrow. The event is April 20th and the 21st. So let me just tell you a little bit about it. So Friday night, we call it a little warm-up to Saturday. So you come from 6:30 till 9:30. It's just a short 3-hour session where we have projects designed for you to create, and we go through that with you so that you know how to do them all. You'll see all the displays and all the things that we have set up. Then Saturday, we start at 9:30 in the morning, and you come in and all the displays will be set up for you to see again. If you didn't attend Friday night, you can attend either Friday night or Saturday or both. Why would you not want to do both, right? So Saturday morning, you sit very comfortably in the auditorium and you watch demonstrations from people on the main stage showing you new products, new techniques, new designs, creative ideas. It's just demonstration after demonstration after demonstration of different people. So you get to see a lot of different styles. So we'll probably have 3 or 4, maybe 4, I think, different demonstrations. And so that's the fun part, is to watch somebody stamp, watch what they create and what they do. Then we break for lunch, and in the afternoon from 1 until 4, we have another stamping session for you. And this year you're creating a lot of stuff. You have time to get it done, but it is a lot of stuff. You're gonna do 3 cards, 3 3Ds, a couple of tags. There's just some fun stuff for you. I don't show you ahead of time, but you'll see a creative picture on it when it goes up for registration tomorrow. So you get a little idea of what the colors are, what the theme is, and you'll be able to decide from there. So if you're in Idaho, you're in driving distance to Idaho, come join us. Registration starts tomorrow. We would love to have you join us. All right, so for our Facebook Live today, we are talking about the Journey Burst Color Burst pencils. These are my most favorite product. These are the second thing that I ever bought, and still probably the media that I reach to the most for the things that I create. I could sit and color for hours. I just love it. I just love it. And I could cut and color, and I know fussy cutting is not cool. Don't judge. I love it. But anyway, so what I thought I would do today is to show you how I use Color Burst pencils so that you can get an idea of just how easy they are to use. Now, I'm pretty sure there are some artists out there who are going to cringe, but hey, I just use them. I figured out how to use them, and I like them. And you don't have to be an artist to do it. For those of you who might have a catalog open, on page 258, this is where the Color Burst pencils are. There's a set of Color Burst pencils and a set of watercolor pencils. Today, we're talking about the Color Burst pencils. Alrighty, I am going to switch the screen down so that we can start coloring, and I can show you what we're going to do. So hold on just a second while I adjust things. Alrighty, I think we're there. I'm going to enlarge this just a little bit so that you can see it. I need to move my mat. Here we go. All right, I think we're mostly in frame now. We could be a little crooked, but you'll forgive me. All right, so the Color Burst pencils come in a tin, just like this, and they have 2 layers of pencils that you can work with. Now, these pencils are each numbered, and if you want to use colors that are in the Fun Stampers Journey color palette, this will tell you what numbers of pencils you need to use. So for instance, if you're trying to match the pomegranate splash, you're going to blend pencil number 40 and pencil number 3 together, and then you will get that exact color match. So this is what the little roadmap is inside of it. But today, I'm just going to show you some quick and easy things that I've done with the Color Burst pencils. So I most recently have been playing with this Bloom Burst stamp set, and this is a hydrangea stamp set, and I like it because it's just large enough that you can color with, and you can actually see, and you can figure out how to blend with them, and it just is beautiful. So I'm just going to take a minute and show you each of these. So there's one in Citrus Cooler. This one is in the yellows, which is mounted on the banana color, banana cream. Whoops, that's a little close. This one is these 2 are mounted on the berry color. So I did those in kind of berries and purples. And then this one is mounted on the Grape Fusion, which is all purpley and blue. These are probably my favorite. I think these are probably most like the hydrangeas that I enjoy. And then these are on the Beach Ball Blue. And then this one is on Cool Pool. So a little bit of everything. You can get all different colors on these. And it's just kind of fun. After I inked this up and then I colored it, then I inked up the background stamp, and I very gently turned this over and I laid it onto the background stamp, and it picked up just a little bit of this texture on the edges. And then this one, I used my favorite Flannel Life background, and I just barely did the edges a little bit. If you look really, really close, you will see it in those hydrangeas, but I colored them darker so you really can't see it. But I don't know if that's the right way or the wrong way, but I color the hydrangea first and then I do the background because, you know, what if it doesn't turn out? So here's another one. These are with the linen backgrounds. So this is just an idea of the different ways that you can create with these pencils. So I have one that I have stamped out on the whipped cream cardstock, and this is just with, let me put this down, there we go. This is just with the black licorice ink pad. This is just regular cardstock. It's nothing special. It's not any Technique cardstock. It's not anything. And then I am going to be using a product called Gamsol. You can use this, what you get from this one was $7.99 at the Hobby Lob. This is a big bottle. You can get a little tiny one. It's a lot less. You can use Gamsol or you can use baby oil and get the exact same effect. And this one doesn't have any smell to it. And yeah, I think baby oil is kind of smelly. I don't care for it very much. But it does give you a beautiful, beautiful look. And then you need some blending stumps. These come 3 to a package with the Fun Stampers Journey catalog. Let me see how much they are. The Color Burst blenders are on page 259, and these are a package of 6 for $4.95. So hold on one second. I need to get my little sharpener. I forgot to bring that over. Okay, so when you get ready to change colors, you can either wipe it off on your palette or you can use this little sandpaper thing and literally sand the color off. This is paper, so it just keeps sanding. It makes it sharp so that you can use it, and then you peel these little papers off and there's just a little stack of sandpaper is what it is. And this is called a blender tip cleaner. Okay, so what I did first, I'm gonna do one that's kind of pinks and actually we're gonna do multicolors in this one just so you can see a little bit of everything. So I'm going to start with the lightest color, number 8, and this is just kind of a peachy pink color. And I literally just go all over, just like this, just to kind of lay down a little bit of color so that it's not so white at the very beginning. Don't be careful, it's not doing anything, it's just laying down a little bit of color so it's not so white. And you can see the lines through it. I don't care, it's no big deal. Okay, and so this one, I'm going to take this pink that's number 5, and I'm just going to do the pink ones over here on this side. No, we're going to do something different. So we're going to start with the yellow, which is number 16, and I'm just going to put the yellow in a few of these, just like this. Okay, and then I'm gonna dip this in the Gamsol until it's just wet. I dipped it maybe a ½ inch. You just need the tip. And I'm just gonna dab it on a paper towel or on this paper, and then I'm just going to run it around like this, and it literally just smooths this out like butter. So you can see where I'm going here. See how it's just smooth, whereas this is just the pencil? So you do want to leave a little bit of white. Pretend you're a real good artist and just leave a little bit of white here and there because you need a little white space. And then wipe it off, sand it lightly, make sure that you have, it'll stain, but just make sure that you're not transferring it into another color. Then I'm going to pick up the pink, which is the number 6. And I'm just going to put a little bit of darker pink in the center. And just use it, the little lines that are on the hydrangea, just use those as a guide for your shading. They kind of do all the work for you and making it easy. And then I sanded off most of that Gamsol, so I'm just going to dip it again. Remember, you can use baby oil. And I'm just going to make little light strokes in the direction that the lines are going. So just go in and out. And if you start to get too much color on it, just wipe it off on your paper. And just keep going. So there you have kind of some yellowish and pinkish colors. And now let's move on to some purples. So I'm gonna lift this up and take it out. And let's use these two. Which of these is the darkest? Sometimes you have to just see. Okay, that one's a little blue. All right, let's start with this one, the number 35. So we'll just do a couple of these on this same thing. We're just gonna very lightly put in a little bit of purple. And then re-dip, blot it so it's not drippy, and just color these in. And just blend it out so that you don't see any lines and it's all smooth. See that? Okay, and then you're gonna take, which one did I just use? Oh, that's smart, isn't it? Okay, then you're gonna take the other one, and again, just from the outside, just put in a little bit of purple. Just so you have a little bit of color. Now, I'm gonna also, in this one, I'm also going to add some blue. So this is, I don't know, I just picked one. This is 27. No, let's pick this one. This is 26. So now I'm also just gonna add a little bit of blue in here. You can mix as many colors as you want. But make sure you leave a little white space. Okay, and then again, just work out. And just move to the other one. This one has quite a bit of pencil on it, so I'm gonna wipe some off so we don't get too heavy. Looks like we're going to get heavy anyway. Yeah, well, you know what? It's nature. We meant to do that, right? Add a little bit of blue in there. He needs some more color. See how precise that was? I just scribbled all over that thing. And he needs a little bit more. So what I also really like about Color Burst pencils is that you're never done. Even tomorrow, I can come back and I can put some more color on this and make it more intense. I don't have to, it's not a one-stop shop. You can keep going. So tomorrow if I want to come back and I want to put more blue in these, maybe I want to take the edges, or next week, whenever. It's just never done. You just come back and continue to add more color. So this time we're going to go just a little bit more blue. Okay, see how that looks? Looks like we know what we're doing, huh? Pretty cool. All right, so we're just gonna sand this off because we're gonna switch colors and just get all the little farfels off of there. Put these pencils away. And let's do kind of a pinkish orangey color. So let's dip into, nope, that's neon. Sometimes the color on the back of them isn't always reflective of the color that they are. So make sure that you put them on a paper first. There we go. Okay, so for this one, we're going to, remember we have that base color down so it's not so white. So that's gonna match this pretty well. So we're just gonna go in and add a little bit of orange. And then take a minute and blend that in so we can see exactly what color it's gonna look like. Just kind of orangey peachy color. Okay, so now I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow. You can do this probably in either order. I just kind of wanted to see how dark this was gonna be before I started. So I'm gonna come back here and add a little bit of yellow on the outer edges of the petals. And then I'm gonna blend that in. These are pretty close colors, so I'm not gonna worry too much about transferring a different color onto this. Okay, so see how we have the yellows and a little bit of orange in there? Okay, so for this one, I'm going to add a little bit more of the orange in a few. And I'm going to add some of my favorite pink in a couple of the others. Dip back into the Gamsol and then just work outward. Remember, the little lines on this particular flower kind of lead you where you need to go. So now we have a little bit of both colors in there. What do you think? What is that item you used for your color tool? Okay, this is the Color Burst Blender. These come in a package of 6 and they're just paper. It's rolled paper. So this is what you can use to blend the Color Burst pencils with. Did that answer your question? So are you layering the color starting in the center and using the Gamsol to spread? Yes. So what I did, if you weren't here at the very beginning, is I took this lightest color and I just kind of filled it in so it wasn't so white. And then I just left it. And now with whatever, excuse me, whatever color that we're gonna put on, it has a base to it that will make it blend easily, that's not stark white. So yes, I did put down a little bit of color. All right, so let's work on these down here. For these, I'm gonna use number 27. I'm sorry if I missed some of your questions as it scrolled up. I will come back and take a look at these in the comments. So just gonna make these a little bit bluish. And then we're gonna dip into the Gamsol, wipe it off, and we're just going to spread this color around. Not gonna do anything with it, just spread it around. Okay, so see this right here where I went out of the lines? Right there. Just get out your pencil eraser. It'll come right off. Okay, so I have a little bit of blue. Okay, so see how we have a little bit of the turquoisey blue in there? So that's just our first layer. And now we're going to put a little bit, do we want to do a blue? Do we want to do, we did a purple. Okay, let's do a little bit of blue in this one. We'll make these the blue hydrangeas. This is number 26. All right, so I just kind of scribbled it, seriously scribbled it all over the center. I'm gonna get some more of the Gamsol, and then we're just gonna work out in the direction of the lines. And I'm leaving a little bit of the color, the original color on the tips so that the tips of the petal are a little bit white still, so that if I want to add a third color, I can. So see how that blended that in? It's just so smooth and so pretty. Okay, let's add a tiny bit of pink to a couple of these outsides. Just add a little pink here. Let's just do half of them in case it's ugly. How can it be ugly though? Come on. I am gonna scratch that off because I'm gonna use a brand new color now. Now, when do you know to re-dip on this? Just when it starts to get dry and kind of draggy. I always do it after every time I use the sandpaper, probably because it makes me feel better. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but that's what I do. So we're gonna mix a little bit of the pink into this so that it has some pink in the petals. So we'll do half of them like this. Okay, see how there's a little bit of pink in there now? All right, and then on this one, let's put a little bit of yellow. Sure, why not, Becky? We'll put a little bit of yellow on the tips. And it just gives you the opportunity to get that really pretty look that you get in nature. Hydrangeas have a lot of different colors in them and a lot of different varieties of them. So now this one has a little bit of yellow on the edge. Just super easy. That's it, guys. That's all there is to it. So now we're going to color the stems, and I'm going to use the green that is number 23. And I'm just going to color it in very lightly, not even all the way. I'm sorry for sniffing, guys. I still have this stupid cold. Apparently, I'm going to live with it forever. Okay, so now, see how I just kind of sketched that in? Really, really sketchy? Okay, watch. This is just one color. That's it. That's all we put down is one color. And look how intense and beautiful it's getting. I leave the tips at the very end a little bit lighter. And look how that just blends in beautifully. Now for this one, if I want to make it darker, oh, hold on. Do you put a fixative on it when you are finished? No, nothing. I don't know if you're supposed to. This one, I finished it up real pretty in Sparkle Silk. Can you see that? I don't think you can see it in that light. Maybe you can. I sprinkled some Sparkle Silk on it. But as far as a fixative, as far as spraying it like if it were a pen pastel or a chalk or something, no. Don't have to do any of that. So for this one, I'm just going to take the exact same pencil and just put a little bit darker green on one side of the leaf. And maybe where the lines are. See the little black lines in the stem? They kind of tell you where to shade it. So you don't have to be all that precise. And this is probably still has enough on it. So I'm just going to go over it again. And see how we just shaded that leaf, just like we know what we're doing. See that? Isn't that cool? Very cool. Okay, now one thing that I like to do, and you have to be really, really cleaned off to do this one, is I like to go around the outside of it with a little bit of gray so that it just looks like it's kind of standing off the paper a little bit. So I usually use this number 46, and I just literally sketch it on the outside of these petals. Really close, really, really close. You can go in a circular motion. Okay, see how I put that on there? Okay, and then Angie, you too. This cold is lasting forever. And then just blend out as far as this gray will allow you. At some point, see, it's just not going to give you any more color. So I just keep blending. And it just gives it a tiny bit of a pop so that you can see that it just looks like it's raised off the page, just a little bit. I'll do half of it so that you can see the difference. We'll put a little bit around here. And then for this one, make sure you stay out of that green. You don't want any mess going on there. If it's not too dark, you can erase it with a really, really clean pencil eraser or that white kind of eraser. And now see, it's just kind of dragging. You can hear it when it, or feel it when it makes a little bit of a, gets kind of dry. It makes kind of a scratchy feel. And so just add it in, just kind of connect these two so that that whole space looks a little bit darker. All right, so can you see the difference now between where we've shaded a little bit right here and where we have not over here? Just kind of gives it that little definition that it needs. Okay, Sarah, I am going to give you this cold back because you gave it to me, girl. I'm telling you, I just don't know when it's going to go away. It just drives me nuts. Okay, so now there you have all different colors that we did in that one. What do you think? You think you can do this? It's so easy. Look how easy that was. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors of hydrangeas in 20 minutes. You can do it. You're a pro. All right, so now I want to show you a couple of other projects that I've made. We'll go, now that you've seen me do the colors, I'll show you again what they are. Okay, so this one is just kind of the blues and the purples. This one is the blues and the purples, pinks, yellow and pink. This one is just the base color and then a little bit of pink. This one is the base color and a light yellow, and then kind of a golden ochre yellow. Here is another one that's just kind of blue and purple. This one got a little carried away. He's kind of bright, and I put sparkle silk on him. You know, why not go ahead and gaudy it all up? This one is the yellow, the orange, the base color, and some pink, and another blue one that has a little bit more yellow to it. Now this one I did with the oranges and the yellows, and I'm going to move it and see if you can see this. I put sparkle silk in the center of each of them. There you go. You can see it. It just definitely brightened it up, that's for sure. Made it really pretty. And I did the same in the blue just so I could see what that looked like. Let's see if we can catch it here. There we go. See that? Sparkle silk is something you have to have. You can't live without it. Okay, then I have this card that I did, and I just did the Dahlia stamp set, and I did 2 of them on white. I put down just the base color. I almost always use that orangey, this one. I almost always use this one for my base, number 8. And then I just filled it in with oranges and pinks. Now this one I stamped with the black directly on the lemongrass cardstock, and then I just added a little bit of green pencil just to give it some definition. And then just pop this on with a foam square. Now, just since we're talking about it, if you want to know how I did this, this is the film. I did this on one of Sarah and I, on Monday we do assembled, and I did this on one of the assembled ones if you want to watch it. But this is the film strip thing that just has these little holes in it, and I just put a piece of tape, like white liner tape, on the back of it, and then I filled it in with sparkle dust glitter, and it sticks to the tape. And then it kind of takes on whatever color you have on this card. So if you have kind of a blue on there, it looks kind of blue. Cool technique. This one is one of my all-time favorite cards that I've ever made. And this one used the Journey Serif letters. And what I did is I just laid them on here flat. No adhesive or anything. And I stamped that flower right on. And then I went back and I put these all on with little foam squares. And I colored it in, and it left a little bit on these petals and stuff. And then I did some splatter, and what this is my pencil, and I dipped it in the Gamsol, and I flicked it. It's hard to do. Practice on something else because it takes a lot of flicking to get some off. But that's how I did that. And on this one, you can see that I went around the flower in the gray to kind of make it stand out. Well, Pam, it is that easy. It is. Okay, and then this one is a little treat box. This is actually 2 of the treat boxes, and these are the lids, and I just opened them and glued it back to back, and then I covered it up with paper so you can't see the seams. And then I stamped on the front of it. These are the same flowers that are in this set. This purple flower and this yellow flower are the same. And I just colored those in. Again, I just started with white cardstock, a little bit of color on them. This only has 1 color on them. So you can see the white on the tips is still there. I did the yellow, I blended it, went back and pressed harder so that it was the exact same color, and added them again. Okay, so now let me scoot this back. Hold on just a second. All right. Oh, there we are. Okay, so what do you think, guys? You can do it? I'm pretty sure you can. The Color Burst pencils are just so easy, creamy, blendable, and beautiful. I know you're going to be successful when you use them. I want you to take a minute after we're done here, and I want you to visit Sarah's blog. Sarah and I do our show on Mondays called Assembled. Sarah has a project with some rain boots on her blog right now today that are done with these pencils that are absolutely no blending with any Gamsol product. It's just using the pencils, which is just a different way to do it. So I want you to head over there to Much Love Sarah and check that out, because that's just a whole different way of using them that, again, is very successful. You really just can't mess up, because if you do, you just erase it. It's no big deal. All right, give me 1 second just to read this and see if there's anything on here that I've missed. Nope. Oh, what is sparkle silk? Oh, okay. Sparkle silk is, okay, hold on. All right. Sparkle silk comes like this. It's in a little polish that looks like nail polish. And when you undo it, it comes out and it looks like nail polish. It looks exactly like nail polish, but it's just water-based ink with glitter in it. So I am just like really unprofessionally here gonna flip you back around. Hold on, you're gonna have to see this. Okay, so let's take this that we just did. And when you get ready to use sparkle silk, oh, we're all kinds of crooked. All right, when you get ready to use sparkle silk, you just pull it out. You don't wipe it. Like fingernail polish, we're really tempted to wipe it. Don't wipe it. So you just hold it so that it's straight, and then you just flick. And it just splatters glitter all over your project. So you see that? Can we catch any of that? Yes. There you go. So now just glittery. You can paint with it. You can, I'm gonna move you back. You can paint with it. You can, oh, now you got to see all my doggy mess. Okay, now we're back. So you can splatter with it. You can paint right over it like it's glitter and you just want to paint something glittery. You could paint this whole thing so he's just all glittery. You can splatter with it. You can mix some color with it if you want to. It comes in all different colors, and some are sparkly, some are matte. Like we have a white that looks like snow. We have a black that looks gorgeous, and a dark roast. There's all different colors that are matte and sparkly. So check out the silks. That's what they're called, silks. They're just a couple pages back from the cardstock on there. All right, let me just check one more time. The shadow effect, gorgeous, gorgeous. What is glitters? Okay, I think we're caught up, guys. Thank you for joining me today. Have a great day, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.